Is this thing working? I'm not sure it is. All right, says we're live. Trying something a little different today. Going to do a YouTube live video, something I've never tried. It's a whole different format than I normally do. And it's still really hot here in Mobile. So instead of working outside in the garage, I'm going to work on my couch. And I'm going to do that by demonstrating this machine here. This is, let me pull this out here and make it a little easier for myself. It's going to be a refined video we can see. Let me see here. Oh, that does flip. Nice. This is the VX5000. I've had this machine for 10 years and it has served me very well over the course of those 10 years. You can see it's compact in design. You may recognize this cart from my video, The Perfect Detailing Cart. And I guess I should probably discuss why I'm doing this format. I've recently got into streaming video games on Twitch, and then I found out that YouTube also has a streaming option. So I thought, what better way to interact with people that are curious about detailing than doing detailing live. So I can make these videos and I have the chat up where I can see if anybody has a question while I'm doing this live about the machine, about chemicals I'm using, any technique that I'm doing. And if this goes well, I might start incorporating this into an actual detail where I'm outside in the garage going step by step. I know it's going to be a lot different than most detailing videos you see where they'll show a before and after. You'll see a nasty car thumbnail and then it'll get transformed over the course of 15 minutes, and maybe a lot of people enjoy that type. I get sucked into that kind of video all the time, but sometimes I want to know the steps between A and B, because we all know that kind of meticulous detail doesn't happen right away. It's definitely not an overnight type deal to get that. Sorry about my camera work here. I guess I need a selfie stick. So I thought maybe I'd start doing some videos where it's live and even my customers could tune in and see exactly what I'm doing to their car. Because I usually go over the car with them and explain everything that I've done. But if they can watch the process, or even log onto my channel and check it out and see where their car is, it might be a good option to start giving my clients if this is a format that works that way. And I got the video up, it looks pretty good. It looks like 720, it doesn't look too bad. So you might be able to see some pretty good detail. So that's the reason why I'm doing this. I know that's going to be a long video. I mean, for me to clean this couch might be like an hour, and you're not going to be able to fast forward unless you're watching this on YouTube later on. Then you can fast forward to whatever part you want to see. So let me go over this machine. This is the VX5000. Like I said, I've had this machine for 10 years. This video is going to be a straight demonstration. I'm going to do another video where I actually take this apart, because people seem to enjoy that. Show the internals, show the boiler, go over more of the specs of the machine, less of the demonstration. But as you can see, it's got 3 buttons. It does do a pretty powerful draw. So I can't run this machine at the same time that I'm running my Mighty, my extractor, because the extractor takes, I think, 20 amps by itself. So it needs a dedicated line. So typically if I'm running this and my Mighty on the same circuit, I gotta flip off the power and then flip it back on. This button here will actually activate the wand. Let me see where the wand is here. Got the wrong connection on it. Let me put this in a tripod, it might be a little easier. Let me see here. Yeah, that's a little better. That's a little bit better. All right. So we got the wand. I will tell you, this connection here, after about a year of having it, it took all my might to be able to take that off. And in my stupidity, I didn't realize that it was just the O-rings that were kind of dry. So I took a little bit of lube on those. I can't remember what it's a dielectric stuff you stick on like electric connectors and things like that. You can probably use Vaseline too. I know that that's probably not the best for rubber, but that makes it super easy. So that's a little pro tip. You can see it comes with several attachments here. This is just a pencil shooter. It shoots out steam in a pencil array, which I'll demonstrate. This, let me take the brush attachment off so you can see exactly what I'm doing. This shoots it in 3 different directions. Hopefully it doesn't hit the camera. And then what's nice about that is you can stick this on here. And if you can see right there, you can turn this and change the trajectory of the 3 sprays. So this also gives you a lot of cleaning power. So you push that out and I can change direction. That's pretty handy. You see it drips a little bit. I mean, this isn't the driest type steam machine that you can get. It's what they consider to be mid-tier, which mid-tier is $800. You can definitely get a cheaper machine, and you can go all out and get a way more expensive machine than this too. It also comes with some different attachments that I don't have with me right now that make it a long, so if you're doing like a rug or something, and I have done my rugs with this machine before, but they're these long attachments and it comes with a long square head. This is the attachment we'll be using today, and this is probably the attachment I use the most. And this is, I don't like to use the brushes for scrubbing. What I'll do is, let's see if I can get this in frame. This is the problem with not working with a camera person. So you want to take the towel, spread it out like so. You're going to put your, actually you want to fold it in half, sorry. Fold your towel in half. Put this right in the middle. And then you have these little clips like this. Might be easier if I put it over here. Have these nice little clips. And you'll take one clip, you'll hold it down, put the back in just like that. Then you'll take the next clip, hold it down, put the back in. Then you take the opposite on the front, wrap that under the clip. And you'll take this one and do the same. And it should be a nice tight triangle. And what you'll do with that, you'll snap it in your machine, like so. Turn your power on. I always wait until it starts steaming, and you just rub that over whatever you're cleaning. Didn't really put any cleaner on that, so you're not going to see anything come up just yet. But that's the general idea of cleaning with this. I'll go over the handle right here. This is the real selling point for this. Out of all the machines I've seen, this handle, it just seems the most intuitive and the easiest to use for me. This is going to be your low button. Let me put a different head on there. Guess I should turn that off. Put a different head on here so you can see a little better. All right, so this is your low button. You push that down, or you push it up, and you get low. This is your high button. Push that up, or medium, I would say. So you see medium, high, medium, high, or low, sorry. And if you want high, you push them both at the same time. So you go medium, then you push low. And that really gives you a solid boost there, more than you would need in most applications. With steam, you definitely want to be careful when you're using steam to clean with, because you can damage materials. And a little word to the wise, ABC in general, you don't want to use on interiors. I do this as a last resort. Most interiors that I use something really mild like O&R, Optum No Rinse. That to me is a good mild cleaner, and I mean, I got it in the last touch bottle, but this is just like 1 squirt of O&R, which is like 1 ounce mixed with 32 ounces of water. I guess while I'm on the subject of water, this machine here, you have to put deionized water in, or distilled water. I use deionized because I have a deionized. You might have seen that video, but the boiler will build up a lot of sediment, a lot of residue, and I'll go over that when I open it up, maintenance for this machine. But if you don't use distilled water, then you'll get a lot of mineral deposits in there, so you want to use some sort of purified water when you're doing this machine, and that's one of the drawbacks of this machine. I know there's some machines where it doesn't call for you to use distilled water. I'm not really sure how those work, because a boiler's a boiler, in my opinion. So that's a little different. This machine comes with some really good attachments. These are probably the best ones. They give you real good scrubby power when you're working in a tight area. You're trying to get some good scrubbing in. I like these. I think it came with 5 or 6 of these. You can actually buy these on AutoGeek separately. AutoGeek does carry these machines now. When I bought this machine, I had to buy it from a company in Italy, because that's where they were made at. And it took quite a while to come, but I believe I saw these on AutoGeek's website, and they sell parts for it too, as far as the handle and the line. Everything I have on this machine is original. I've never had to replace anything. Pull this in here. Just in case you're curious about this is how you disconnect it. Comes out. I probably should put a little bit of that grease that I was talking about earlier. But I've never had to replace that. I know that that's one of the things that I read when I first thought about buying this machine, is that people have had to replace this line. And you can also buy an optional cart. You can buy different lines for it. But I just bought the machine, bought the stuff that came with it. Like I said, it was around $800 over 10 years ago. And this machine has made me money. And as long as the machine makes me money, that's a good purchase in my point of view. So obviously, these videos I typically do, thumbs up, thumbs down. This machine's a big thumbs up for me. Would I buy it again? Yeah. There's other options out there right now. That's the big thing. Let me move this out here. When I was in Hawaii, I was really interested in a machine called the Chief, and that's a continuous fill machine, which means if you get water, if you're low on your water during a detail, you can start putting more water in there, and just it will warm it up, and you can keep going on your detail. This is not a continuous fill machine. Excuse me. If I get low on water on this, I will get a light indication right here, and I have to pay attention to this light indication, because the power light's right underneath of it, and sometimes I can miss that little light indication. Usually I only know that it's getting low because my pressure starts getting low, and you don't want this pump to be running hot and dry. That's a bad combo for any boiler. So with this machine, if I run low on water, I have to turn it completely off, open up the steamer, which is right here, because you don't want to release the pressure on the lid. It will start blowing up pretty intense, and you can get a nasty burn. You can burn yourself with this machine pretty bad. I've got scars on my legs because of it. On another note, working on like hatchbacks and cars and stuff, wear goggles, because I've been spraying in a hatchback and had hot water hit me in the face. I mean, I always wear my PPE, I always wear my gloves, I always wear my goggles. You definitely want to keep all that stuff handy when you're working with chemicals and any type of machine. But yeah, that's the machine. The Chief, back to that. I know I'm rambling, and I'm not going to be able to edit this video, so it's going to look like I'm just all over the place. I get scatterbrained when I talk about detailing. This machine has what they call injection, hot water injection. And I don't really consider it injection. If I push this button here, which is the 3rd button on the machine, and on a low setting, if I push that down, which I'm not going to do, hot water will come out. So it basically just takes the water out of the boiler and shoots that completely out. And that can be very handy, you know, if you're trying to clean something that's super dirty, you just need some hot water on it. Where I find it would be the most handy was if you've seen my detailing a motorcycle with steam video, that is where I use hot water injection, because you're basically washing a car with hot water. So that's where I would like to have an upgrade of this machine. Because when you're shooting water out of the boiler at a very fast rate, that boiler is going to dry up really quickly, and then you're stuck having to wait and recycle. The machine already takes like 20 minutes to warm up. When I put water in there, I push start, it takes me like 20 minutes to get this machine hot. So that's a pretty long wait anyways. Typically I'll turn that on and I'll do something else during a detail, just so I'm not wasting my time. So the Chief machine, it does have hot water injection, and it's got a separate tank for that. And not only is it just hot water, you can put chemicals in it. I can put O&R in there. I've put O&R in here before. You're really not supposed to, and it smells kind of funny. But you know, if you're cleaning with a little bit of chemical, and you get that little blast of hot chemical on something, that's a big benefit. You know, anything that you're cleaning, once you make it hot, and I did the same thing with my Mighty, my extractor. When it's hot, you're making your cleaning action way easier. Hot water will break up all the grease and the oils and stuff. It makes what you're doing a whole lot easier. So you definitely want that hot water and that hot injection. Unfortunately, this machine doesn't really deliver that. The Chief machine that I had my eye on was about $1,200. So it's a substantial upgrade from this machine. And it's a lot bigger also. If you really want to get crazy, there's a machine, I don't know if it's called Optimum. It's a big roll around machine. It's a big monster. There's YouTube videos on this thing. And people wash cars with them. And those things are like $10,000. I don't see the benefit of that. As long as you can use a pressure washer, you're probably better off using a pressure washer on the exterior of a car. Maybe if you live in a place where it's a lot of snow on the ground all the time, that might be a better benefit. I don't know. I don't really understand those machines, but they're super cool. For me, for doing interiors, for the occasional motorcycle, this thing's awesome. I really like this machine. So on that note, that's kind of a review. I don't really have anything else to say about it. I've only had one issue with it over the years. This would fog up, and when I opened it up, I kind of saw a few little water spots on the inside where I was worried that maybe I had a leak, and I tightened up some of the fittings. And I'll go over that in my next video where I actually open this up and talk about that a little bit more. But that wasn't a huge issue. I mean, I was worried about it when I saw it, but it really wasn't nothing when I actually opened it up and got into it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start this couch. I've yet to vacuum it. I know this is a detailing channel and I'm doing couches, but it's hot in Mobile, Alabama. So I'm going to use my Metro Vac. I'm going to do a quick vacuum to this couch, and then we'll steam clean it. And I mean, the couch, we just moved here from Hawaii, so the couch got dirty in shipping. Obviously, it's got dirty from shipping. And the worst thing is, bless them, the movers. When they move our stuff, they're pouring sweat because it's the middle of summer. It's 90 degrees, and I see them doing this. They're moving the couch like this. And you know, I don't want to say get your dirty, sweaty hands off my couch, but that's where, you know, you kind of get a little cringy. So I've definitely been meaning to do this for a while. I've been meaning to clean this couch. So with the Mighty, you've probably seen my videos with the, all right, once again, I don't know if you can see this or not. I can't run my vacuum and run this on the same circuit. I will pop it. So I have to turn this off. I have my remote for my vacuum. So I'm just going to do a quick vacuum to this. Nothing too crazy. You know, I got my Mighty out. It's always fun to play around with. Let me kick these legs out here. a quick vacuum. We'll get this steaming. Not getting super crazy with this or anything, you know, just, it's not, we do vacuum the couch quite a bit, but we definitely don't steam clean it on the reg. Turn my vacuum back on. Suck it around real fast. Move this way. Well, it's so nice in this floor. It just rolls around so much better than in the garage. We do have that nice floor in the garage, so it's not too bad. Portion of it done. Not the mighty. Metrovac. I always say mighty for some reason. Let me move this over here. And I'm sorry if I'm going out of frame and you can't hear me very well. Like I said, this is my first attempt at this type of format of video. If it's something that works, I'm hoping to incorporate it more into my regular detailing. All right. So, my cleaner is just Folex. And it's just straight Folex. If I was doing a deeper clean, I have some stuff that isn't as it's not very pH neutral. It's actually super acidic. I think the stuff is called Flex Ice, something like that. Bought off Amazon, and it's actually eaten through some of the plastic bottles I put it in. But man, that stuff cleans. You have to mix it up. It's a powder, and it will break up anything on the carpet. But then there's a separate thing that I have to use that like rinses the fabric afterwards, and I usually put that in my extractor. And that's what I use on a real nasty interior. If it's just a quick cleanup, because I would do that, I'd spray it up, make it really nasty, you know, get real wet, use my drill brush on it, really mix all that up, and then suck that up with my extractor. If it's just a light soiling like this, where you don't see anything visible on the material, I spray it with Folex, I hit it with a steamer, and I know it's clean. This is great for those light cleanups where you just want to go a little bit deeper than wiping it. So I'll just lightly mist it. And I don't even have to agitate this, because when I start rubbing it with this machine, that's going to be agitation enough. All right. So now I'm going to swap this over to this number. And you can see it's pretty clean. Hopefully it doesn't get too dirty or that's disgusting. Oh, I turned my machine off. All right, there we go, we're back on. Get that steam coming out. And I also like to go both directions when possible to really get the material in every angle. You want to do that with most fabrics, just because there's several different angles in that fabric. And then to finish it up and make it look pretty, I'll try to put some lines in it. The lines aren't really necessary, but let me see what we got there. I mean, nothing, not a huge, you know, there's a little bit of soiling on there, but that steam definitely deep cleans that fabric. As you can see, I'll feel a lot better sitting on that now. Let me get the back portions and the armrest. Both directions. Both directions. A little bit of light soiling, nothing too crazy. It's really not bad at all. Let me move this around back. Make it a little easier for me to reach some of these other areas. Get the armrest. You know, that's probably pretty dirty. And you can see that this machine makes cleaning a lot easier, especially if it's not a deep cleaning. If I'm not doing a deep cleaning, this is definitely the go-to machine. And that's going to be most of my jobs. And it's very rarely that I get that super, super nasty minivan action. Mostly because I price myself out of that range. I don't want to do those super nasty minivans. They make great videos. I actually know YouTube streamers and content creators that will do a real nasty vehicle for free, just so they can get the footage and get the views. My channel's not monetized, so there's no benefit for me doing that. Let's start this way. But there's real pretty lines in there. It's all about the lines. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I don't think I sprayed my Folex on here. See, this is the problem with going live. You forget stuff. Get a little Folex in this area. I'll hit this cushion again. Now they actually got a little cleaner on there. This is where the wife sits, so it's not as dirty. My seat's a dirty one. I can next time I do one of these live videos, I'll put a reminder out to where my subscribers can see it a little bit more in advance. This is just kind of something that I decided to do spur of the moment like. So I don't think I'll get a lot of people watching this live. And that's a shame, because I really would like to get some interaction and talk to some people if possible. Oh, that's pretty. That looks good. I ain't gonna sit on that. I'll sit over here though. Take relaxation where you can get it. Might be time to change this sucker out. So we'll do that. When it starts to get a little funky, which if I ever do a carpet with this method, it always gets dirty pretty fast. This isn't terrible. I mean, it's definitely a little dingy. I wish you could see it better. So take that off of there. I really was hoping, well, I guess I was sort of hoping that I'd get more of a visual for this demonstration. Well, you can see it there. The triangle, the old dirty triangle. It's not bad. I mean, that's just off our couch. So I'll take that and I'll flip that side up, where dirty side's up. It's easier to do this off the wand, stick it back on. Remember what I was talking about earlier. Bottom first, and you alternate sides. And that gives you a perfect diaper wrap with a clean side ready to go. So let's move this over here. Looks good. I did spray this already. Go to the other side. Move my machine a little bit. Still nice and wet. Don't really need it on high. I'm just going to stick it on medium. I mean, that's just something you'll learn over time, you know, what settings you stick it on at any given time. I actually know people that will use a microfiber instead of this towel, and I don't know how I feel about that personally. I think I'd rather, terry cloth seems to have more rubbing ability. I guess if it was like a suede type material, I'm not even sure if I want to use sticking on a suede type material. I've seen detailers use this machine on headliners before. That scares me. I would never do that. But yeah, I mean, this is my preferred method. It's a terry cloth, but you know, practice, do some different things, try some different stuff out. If you have a preferred method of doing this, please let me know. I would love to learn a little bit if there's more to this machine. I've been using it for a long time, but I feel like I learn new tricks all the time. Let me get them lines going. Get them lines. to blow your mind. Gotta love that. Looks clean is clean, right? Or just smells clean is clean. Sometimes I forget. I'll flip this sucker over here. We'll get a little different view. I'm not going to record the back end of the couch because there's something else I want to show you before I actually go off stream. But I'll finish doing the front end here. Yes, I know I have a Redskin carpet, and I don't know if some people feel a certain way about that, but I'm a Redskins fan. If you've been a part of my channel for the last 12 years, you know that. To me, they're always the Redskins. So let me see here. Let's do these backs first. Try to get down in those cracks real good. Do the best you can. And let's get them lines. Grrr, tiger stripes. Very nice. Let's do one more back. I spray this, now this spray. Alright, now we've got to do the footer. Let me see here. Woo! Just screwed everything on the floor. This right here. All right. Put this steamer over here. I want to show you how it cleans the cup holder. Sure, I got the right nozzle here. Okay. Now I'll switch this out. Pull this sucker off of here. And, oh man. You know what's funny is the side of the couch that I just did is a side of the couch where nobody ever sits. I wonder if that's just a lot more accumulation of dust and stuff, because that's pretty bad. You can see the eye effect we have there from the two dirty sides. That's what we've pulled off this couch that fast. So you can definitely see it's doing its job. It's pulling stuff off that it's supposed to. That's the side we never sit on. So I guess just us sitting on the couch knocks a lot of the dirt and dust off. I don't know. That's pretty good. So we're gonna go with the needle nose, pinpoint one. We're gonna clean these cup holders out. I'm gonna start with a little O&R cleaner. I know it's the wrong container. And this is plastic. You don't wanna get too crazy leaving it in one spot for too long, because you can damage this. It will get hot. This little tip here will get super hot too, so you don't actually want this metal tip touching anything. You wanna keep it moving and wipe and clean. And I'll do a little trick here. If I just spray in there, this stuff the cleaner will just blow up. Like it'll just shoot straight up in the air. So what you wanna do is take your towel, put it over top, and then hit it. Ooh, it's hot. And there I am talking about PPE and I'm not even wearing my gloves. So look at me. But that should loosen up everything, and it should actually sanitize everything in that cup holder. So we'll do the same thing over here. Now in a car where I have my compressor available, after I steam clean this, I usually get in there with my brushes, like if it's a super dirty cup holder. I had a customer one time that was putting ketchup and cocktail sauce in their cup holders. So I've seen a few things in cup holders. But I'll loosen all that up with my brush, hit it with the steam. This makes it a lot faster, be able to blast everything loose with the steamer. But after I do that, after I spray my cleaner, blast it with the steam, hit it with the brush, loosen it up, then I'll take the air compressor and I'll blow inside of that area and just run all that up into the towel. And that's how you clean a cup holder super easy with steam. Once it cools down and I actually start getting some cars, I may do this format. Well, I guess you guys can see me. I don't know if anybody wants to or not. There we go. Boom. I might try this format again, like I said earlier in the video, in the stream, where I'm doing it live. And it's gonna be a long ass stream. Because when I do a car, it's an all-day event, and I'll probably have to take a break, and I'll probably have to break it up into several different mini streams maybe. But I almost think that this would be an ideal thing for a client, you know, especially when that's giving me a high dollar car. I do some. They can actually log into my stream at any given time, see where the details at, see what I'm doing, see how thorough I go through the car. I have nothing to hide, so I actually want people to see what I'm doing. I've had people that have worked with me that have seen what I do, where I'm cleaning with toothbrushes and stuff like that, and they just can't, it blows their minds how thorough the job is when you actually detail cars. This isn't car washing. This is a whole different level than car washing. So if this is something that goes over well, this live stream type format where I'm detailing in live time and able to interact with my clients, interact with people who have questions about detailing. I have it up on the TV, I'll have it up on an iPad if I'm in a car, then I can answer questions as I go. Might make the detail a little longer, but I'm not really in this to go. I'm not fast. I'm not fast to begin with. I'm more about doing a good job suiting my OCD. It's about me, it's not the customer. I need it clean, everything has to be clean. So yeah, I'll see how this video goes over. My next video will probably be dismantling that steamer so that I can show the interior of it. Hopefully it'll be a little cooler, because I don't think the wife's gonna let me do that one inside. So that'd have to be out in the garage where it's 100 degrees outside. And I also have, I'm part of the Chiefs Mess here in Mobile. So I have these Finestrons, they're these aluminum Finestrons, and we do these going away gifts where I, since I know how to do it, will polish this aluminum Finestron and make it look really nice, and it's got an anchor on it and all that stuff. I was gonna make a video on that. I did it on my Twitch channel one time But Twitch, the stream didn't come out nearly as good. This looks like it's 720. So if the video looks good on this is definitely an option for me. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment. Please give me a like. That encouraged me to make more videos like this. Hopefully some of this stuff is interesting to you. I watch videos on YouTube like this all the time. When I first started out, I learned how to do a lot of this stuff thanks to people putting this kind of content out. And now that I've been in the business for 10 plus years, I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge that maybe I can share with people. And you can go back on my old videos. I have 35, 38 videos. I don't know how many videos I have where I cover different things that I thought were interesting. But this is a whole new format. So we'll see how it goes. And like I said, I appreciate everybody stopped by. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn this off. I am old. So let me see here. Yep, I'm going to stop streaming. All right, thanks guys.